Hi, everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the Louisville Cardinals facing the UCLA Bruins.
There is no feeling like a packed house on a college campus. You can just feel the electricity in the air as two major colleges go head-to-head on the hardwood.
And even though this game isn't a must-have game, it feels like a tournament game, a one-and-done type situation. Both of these programs know that a win here could be huge for them as they get ready to make a run in March.
On the court right now for the Cardinals, we've got Rozier. White is out there with Harrell. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
And it's the Bruins with the ball. The Louisville Cardinals have had a real strong run lately in college hoops, Clark. Even after changing conferences a few years back, they continue to shine.
You know, and nobody knew, Kevin, just how they would fare in the new and stronger conference, but it's been winning as usual for the Cardinals.
Harrell kicks to White. Here's Mack, and the shot is long. And here is Harris.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's Fresh. Lets it go with a 3. And it's good. 3 points on the board on the shot from Harris. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Rozier. Here's Mack. Rebound by Roberts. Ball stolen. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. You know, sometimes you can see how a player can lead on the floor from the sidelines, and you see that with Freak. I mean, he's got the skills and athleticism as a point guard in addition to the leadership too.
And guys, people often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that, but guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry have incredible skill, but their leadership on the floor is equally as important. Freak is a floor general in their mold. Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Free passes to Harris. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. So it's Louisville now. They trail by 3. The pass to Hughes. Back to Price. They set the pick. Pass to Hughes. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Bruins leading by 3. Harris in at shooting guard. Johnson is out there with Thomas. Then there's Free, and it's Morris in at the 3 slot.
And Freak has really come out blazing here in the first half, absolutely imposing his will on the opponent.
And Greg, that's what great college players do. I mean, they control the game and really make the opposing defenses adjust to them.
And for Louisville, they've got Thomas. Price is out there with Russell. Then there's Payton. And it's Hughes in at the 3.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
And some changes here for the Bruins. And that concludes the first half. The Bruins on top as they end the second quarter on a 14-4 run. And time now for the halftime break with the second half of basketball right around the corner. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
And while there is a little bit of distance between the two teams, one big run could close the gap in a hurry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. In order to hold on to this lead, they'll need to keep going to Freak to get things working for them offensively. This play in the second half of this game, critical.
Harris in at point guard. Looney out there with Campbell. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the center position. And for Louisville, we've got Sanders. White is out there with Harrell, and it's Rozier in at the 1. Here's Fresh, looking for his first basket still in this one. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Harris missing again. Louisville trails by 9. In the corner, Sanders with it. This one for 3, and it's Looney with the rebound.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Here is Sanders following the basket by Freak. It's stolen by Harris. And, oh, here we go. Harris, nobody back. That's good. Harris has got 16 points. Here's Rozier. There's a good screen. Sanders passes to Rozier. He kicks it to Mack.
That's the walk.
The shot no good. The Bruins go the other way with it. Here's Looney and White with the block. Here's Rozier.
That's the walk.
Count it, and the Bruin lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from Mack.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Move the ball.
Harris up top. He's got 16. Off target with his 3.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Stay down. Stay down.
That's his second personal foul.
Louisville shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that one falls for Sanders. Both teams will make substitutions. And some changes here for the Bruins. Johnson, he's checked in for Thomas. And Harris subbed in for Free. And Louisville here with the change too. Russell, he's checked in for Sanders. Harris, he's in at the point. Johnson is out there with Irving. Then it's Porter. And it's Morris in at the 3, the small forward.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his game. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Really an extraordinary game for Harris. 19 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
And now a new group getting ready to come in for the Bruins. Roberts is checked in for Irving. Looney comes in for Johnson. Campbell, he's checked in for Morris. And Fresh subbed in for Porter.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Price outside. And Mack kicks to Price. From deep. They get it back. They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath. You're right. Harris misses.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Fires the three. Here's Roberts. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bruins.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Sanders checked in for Price. So it's Louisville now. It's a 13-point game. Dishes it to Mack. From the left block, he sends it through.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Bruins.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Harris. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but we need a little more evidence to close the book on.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
Rozier the pass to Sanders. Here's Rozier, guarded by Harris. Here's Rozier. Shot to stop the run. So it's UCLA picking up the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go.
Welcome, everyone. It's the night we've all been waiting for. The college tournament finale is upon us. And for 2 teams, this marks the end of an incredible journey. And the energy is contagious here in the building. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers facing the UCLA Bruins.
You got that right. I mean, this is what each student-athlete has worked so hard for all season long. An opportunity for the title. I mean, this game might very well be the defining moment for the lives of every one of these young men.
Both these teams have gone through so much adversity just to make it here. All tournament long, it's been survive and advance, but now this is the part where you put all your chips on the table and just lay it on the line.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hawkins is out there with Hill. Then it's Kaminsky. Then it's Decker. And it's Evans in at the power forward position.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late, Clark. Last decade and a half, have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now they're one of the most consistent teams in the country. And with any championship game, you know that every player's going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title. And Badgers have been great since right around the millennium. Since about 1999, they have made the tournament every season. Guys, few schools can say that. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Now Decker following the three-point attempt by Freak. Hill has the open look, knocks down the three ball. Hill's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
And, you know, for Wisconsin and their consistent appearances in the tournament, guys, they don't just show up and leave now. I mean, they often go deep in the tournament. Sooner or later, I think they might go all the way again.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
The Badgers leading by 4. Decker kicks to Wade. Great D that time from Johnson.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Can't get it to fall.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Decker. Hawkins is out there with Hill. And it's Gibson in at the 4. A shot by Johnson, no good.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Badgers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Teams will make substitutions. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. UCLA leads by 2. And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And, Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Harris in at point guard. Campbell is out there with Looney. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
And for the Badgers, we've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the power forward. There's the pick. Decker kicks to Evans. Pass to Hawkins. Baseline jumper. Rejected by Harris. The Badgers pull it in.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Kicks it out to Hawkins. Evans, right side. To the right side. Now here's Decker. He's guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Bruins gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The Bruins also with a sub. Harris is checked in for Porter. The Bruins leading by 5. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's Harris off the drive. And the shot is good. Harris has got 8 points.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Way to screen on Free. And it's Hill penetrating. The shot is off. Good D by Irving.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Harris in a 2-guard. Irving is out there with Johnson. Then there's Free, and it's Morris in at the small forward. Stolen by Conley. He's got a clear path. Count it, and the Bruin lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Hawkins.
Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possible. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And with the game literally hanging in the balance, a play like that is an igniter. That's where momentum can become a game changer.
Back to Walker. Soft touch off the glass.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really needed that basket. And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
And some changes here for the Bruins. Roberts is checked in for Johnson. Campbell comes in for Morris, and Fresh subbed in for Free. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Wisconsin trails by 4. And here's Hawkins. Now Evans to the inside. Harris outside. No luck. So the Badgers will take it the other way. Hill kicks to Hawkins. The Badgers working the ball around now.
What are you doing? Stay down. Stay down.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth from that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Bruins?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Looney's checked in for UCLA.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Wisconsin trails by 5. .119 left here in the second half of the game. Here's Hawkins, and it's good.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Harris against Hawkins. Pass to Roberts. Good, and Harris gets the assist. And UCLA leads by 5.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
All sorts of time. Cannot hit. The Bruins go the other way with it. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. 46 seconds left here in the second half of the game. Four on the clock. That one goes. Count it. Now it's a 7-point Bruin lead.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. There's 21 seconds left in the second half. Conley inside the line. Connects! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul.
There's 14 seconds left in the second half of basketball. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Now here is Harris. To the inside. So it's UCLA picking up the win. Such a special moment for these kids. All the hard work they put in, all the pressure, Greg, they've been under all tournament long. This is pure elation. Being able to call themselves now champions.
And Kevin, from the players, the rest of the students watching, I mean, this is something that can never be taken.